Alright, guys. I plan on doing a 2-hour live stream today. Not looking forward to it at all, but it is what it is, man. Also, maybe I should turn up the light because, yeah, I can't see shit right now. Way too dark. But yeah, there it is. So, let's do it. 2-hour live stream. Trying to get our subscribers back because we lost some subscribers. And it's road to back to greatness. Road to back to greatness. Talks by Kevin was good. I think I saw you in here last night. New OG was good. So I'm saying here's the thing. Here's how the lives start to pop again. It's when you get new OGs, okay? Because the OGs are gonna come and go when they come and go. But the more that you get people like watching that like watch you last night and the first time watching you, those are the people that are most likely to watch. The people that are like just hopping on like the wave of like watching. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That's why the consistency works, because you consistently do it. People consistently cop in that are new. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to consistently get that. But if you don't, then you're just relying on OGs, and OGs can only do so much for you. I'm in the space right now where I'm relying mostly on OGs, and I'm finally building back my community of people like coming in consistently. I don't need to talk that much though. Hi, I got no sleep. What up? What up? Yeah, I got a little bit of sleep, not extreme amount of sleep. Did you hear about the Roblox situation where they're allowing child predators on their platform and banning anyone who speaks against it? What? That's fucking weird as shit. That's weird as fuck. I haven't played Roblox in like 6 years, but that's fucking weird. That's so weird. What do you mean banning anyone that speaks against it? That's where I'm getting confused. You know what's funny? I think my fast Twitch brain is so discouraged by like seeing like 3 minutes into a stream only one person's hopped in. Like it would get so discouraged by that. But since my brain is way more in like the long term hunt, I'm just like, I wrote on my notebook today, 2-hour live stream on YouTube. That's what I'm gonna do. Simple as that. Like it makes things a little bit easier. And who knows? Maybe while I do this live stream, I'll reset some of my clothes. You know what I mean? Like maybe we'll actually get some shit done. But I'm just way more in the mindset of stop worrying so much about the quick hits of dopamine and start worrying about long term wins that actually are going to make a difference in life. That's what you need to start worrying about. It is what it is. That's where the worry needs to start. I got banned for talking about it. Bro, what? That's weird. But it's like, oh, geez, you hear that voice crack? It's like, eventually in these live streams, YouTube's pretty like generous. Can't even talk. YouTube is pretty generous in the beginning, in the sense that you'll have like 2 people watching, all of a sudden you have like 25 people watching, and then you'll go back to like 5 people. That's what happens with YouTube. It is what it is. TikTok's different. TikTok's like 1, 2, 3, 4, in, out, in, out, in, out, and YouTube's like big, and then like it's weird. It's interesting. But also, I guess because it's the way it's shown. Like YouTube, it's a lot more like it updates every like 15 seconds. While TikTok, it updates every fucking like second. So live streams are interesting. Everything's interesting. But 4 minutes into the stream, only having 2 people in here is pretty crazy. However, it's not about what you see on the surface level. It's about what you have in your brain firsthand. Because now I see 3 people in the stream. Here's my thing. When we were first streaming on YouTube, I used to always be like, bro, there's only 1, 2 people in here, all that. I'd be so bothered about it. And now I'd be streaming, and I'm just like, bro, I'm just like, it is what it is. Just let it grow until it grows. It'll always come back. But I need to just understand that consistency is the only thing that's going to curate what I need here. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something. And we're gonna see how well this goes. Come on, come on, come on. Hello, what up, Tanya? Or no, I didn't say that right. Tanaya. I probably, is there Tanaya or something like that? What are you gonna do? What am I gonna do? If I can log into my computer, obviously it's not working right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on to this stream, right? Bro, why does it say there's 10 people watching my stream right now? That's not what's happening. There's 2 people watching my stream right now. Exactly. Thank you. Watch my stream right now. Oh, you can hear me. I'm gonna go on this stream, right? And I'm gonna write down this little chat Instagram, and I'm gonna write my Instagram in here. Why? Because people will be asking for my Instagram sometimes, and I want y'all to be able to find it if you need it. So here we go. Here's the Instagram, and I'm gonna pin it. So now, anybody that talks or says anything about like, oh, how do I talk to you? How do I DM? Like what? Instagram. Boom. I'm just gonna point to the Instagram. Simple as that. Crazy, right? Dude, this YouTube stream is going not well at all. Like think about this for a second. We have 2 people in the stream, and we've been doing this for 7 minutes. We have never had stats this bad before. And this is when I decided to do a 2-hour stream. Isn't that crazy? Don't stop. Get more fucking people in here. What the fuck? Like, crazy, right? This is laughable at this point. Like, holy fuck. Like, give me more fucking people. Like, Jesus fuck. What bothers me is that people like watching my shit. And so it's like the people that are in here like, no, don't fucking stop. Like, we fucking love you. It's like, okay, well, where the fuck is everyone else? And fucking everyone loves me, apparently. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. Crazy work. Crazy. I'm trying to share it to all my friends. They refuse to join. No, you're good, brother. You're good. You're chilling, dog. It's just funny that like I noticed this on like TikTok and YouTube is that when the algorithm's giving me shit, people are fucking like, oh, this is awesome, you know. But if the algorithm's not giving me stuff, then everyone's like, where the fuck is everyone, you know? And but maybe this 2-hour stream will win back some, you know, some time. You gotta win, man. You gotta fucking win at this shit, dude. You can't lose. You cannot lose at this shit. And if that means that I have to, you know... Also, liking the video definitely helps, you know, boost engagement for sure. Or liking the stream. But... fuck it. Fucking win. Win. Not on some, like... What's that fucking one song? I don't even know. Thanks for the like. It's like... But I just can't lose. It's because you haven't gotten good viewers on live streams, and the fans be like, nah, I won't join when they don't want to join. It's most likely late, too, because the stream ended. Yeah, and the thing is, too, the biggest issue is people are sheep, okay? People are sheep. So they will follow the pack. So if someone were to hop into this live stream right now and they only see 3 people and 1 like, they're not as likely to enjoy or continue watching the stream because they don't feel like there's a bunch of people watching. They feel like they're doing something that doesn't make sense. But a bunch of people are watching. It's like, no, everyone's watching this. You know what I mean? So there's a big difference between when you have how people look at you when you have 3 people and 20 people. There was this dude that hopped in my stream the other day, literally hopped in, said, damn, 3 people, you fell off. I was just like, bro, like, you don't have a good mindset because your mindset is you would probably quit in that situation. I never quit. Yeah, I've been inconsistent with YouTube recently, especially with the streams, but that's because I've been more consistent with TikTok streams and just doing other shit. But you know what? We're back on that 2-hour grind, so let's fucking do it. Leave Jake alone. Nah. But I mean, 10 minutes into the stream, I'm hoping we can get some more stuff, maybe some controversial statements going. The roof of my tongue is, or my fucking throat is itchy. What do you think about the Roblox drama right now? So, like, everyone's talking about this Roblox drama. I don't even fucking know, or I don't know Roblox at all. But you should use your computer and watch a video on the Roblox. I don't, like I said, I don't need to watch. I know it sounds fucked up. That's what I'll tell you. It sounds like fucked up, and I hope the people that are in charge are taking care of the situation. But I haven't been involved in Roblox in like 8 years. Jesus, bro, I am fucking tired, but it doesn't matter. We still have to win. Fuck. Okay. Maybe this is the first time I actually do a sleep stream. Maybe this is the first time I do a sleep stream. Just fall asleep on stream, straight up. Someone drop a question or a controversial statement or something, not about fucking Roblox. I don't want to hear about Roblox. About something else. Okay. Maybe I should drop a poll. We used to do hella polls in the chat. I did not know that. I don't even know what it is. I'm gonna write an interesting poll. Are you a loser? Alright, let's go. Let's see what everyone thinks about each other. Or everyone thinks about themselves. This is a very interesting question. Let's get some votes in. Someone already voted no, they don't think they're a loser. Good. Yeah, I am. Someone voted yes. Bruh. The toxic gossip train. I didn't know that. I know that. Yes, sir. Why do we think we're a loser? That's not good. Why are we getting two yeses? Why do we think we're a loser? We can't think we're losers. Or at least we need to fight the idea of that. Okay? By either changing the definition of what we think a loser is or becoming less of a loser. Because remember, when I ask that question, I'm literally saying you're making your own definition of loser. Because I just say, are you a loser? So it's your definition at that point. What should I do if my family doesn't approve of my dreams? So if your family doesn't approve of your dreams, I would say prove that you're right. You know, if you're like, I want to become a football player, and they are like, no, I don't approve of that, then you become the best football player, and you become so undeniable that they have no choice but to be proud of your accomplishments. So I would say, unless everyone's not recommending you do it, the dream, but if like the smart adult is saying you should do it and your parents aren't, and it's really your passion, then do it and do it to the best of your ability. Search up toxic guys trying to call it. I don't know what that is. The majestic me, what up, was good. I'm pretty ugly, I guess. Okay. How does that make someone a loser though? You know what I mean? And also, isn't attraction subjective? Like, isn't it like everyone finds different people attractive, so it's very hard to say if someone's ugly or not. What should I do right now? What up, Shade Frizz? I'm pretty weak, to be honest. Well, then get stronger. Like, there is very simple solutions to this. I feel weak, get strong. I feel dumb, get smart. I feel poor, get rich. Like, it's 1 + 1 = 2. but it's not easy. It's simple. Okay, the things that are easy is like, you know, eating a really yummy meal. That's an easy thing to do. But a hard thing to do is something that you don't want to do, but know you need to consistently for days, weeks, months, and years on end. I'm very smart, to be honest. Yeah, well, then how could you be a loser if you're smart? If you're smart enough if you're smart enough to realize that, being weak doesn't, satisfy you, then maybe you're smart enough to know that you need to get stronger. You know what I mean? Like, I used to think I was like smart. I used to think like, oh, like a nerd was smart and like a athlete was dumb. Like I used to like put those discrepancies. I was like, no, like some people are like, I feel like to a certain extent, if you're weak or you're small or you're skinny, you're not smart enough to realize that how important it is to be bigger and stronger, like, or at least muscular. You know what I mean? That's what I think, and I think someone that does choose is smart enough to realize how important that is. Um, I want to become a Fortnite content creator, but I know my parents wouldn't let me. I probably won't let you either, as a personal trainer, YouTuber, influencer. But I have no control over what you do. But here's what I'll tell you. Uh, if you're really good at it, and there's a calling for it, then go do it. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's not like I wouldn't recommend that as a dream. Like it doesn't add up to like a good life, or I don't know. Like unless you're as good as Ninja, but even then like Ninja's like, you know what I mean? Like that dude still needs to like go to the gym and like I don't know. I don't know. My over traits are shit. Oh. Okay, well, that's why you got to upgrade it. You're smart enough to realize you have to upgrade it, and you're smart enough to realize that humans are really good at getting better at things. It's like one of our main things. It's why we actually beat animals in the animal kingdom is our ability to adapt and get better at things. Like the reality is like you can't really teach tiger like how to hunt better. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day a wild tiger is going to be pretty much as good as a trained tiger. Maybe the trained tiger might be a little bit better, but if you take an untrained human versus a trained human, that's a completely different experience, like hunting wise and fighting wise and all that. And if you're smart enough to realize that as a human, then you can do it. Um, People be like, "You're fat." Me standing here looking skinny as a twig. I work out something, by the way. I worked out something, by the way. Hell yeah, good stuff. Uh, Shade fries was good, bro. Search up Clicks Muscles. Jake, you have to realize that your mom, the distressor, may be watching this stream and disagree if you see her again. My mom, the distressor? How's she distress? What is that? What do you even mean? And what will she disagree with? She never watches my streams. I don't even think my mom knows how to watch my streams. Like, if I were to be like, Mom, I'd give you $1,000,000 if you could figure out how to watch my stream. I don't know if she'd be able to. My dad does. You need to eat one Big Mac a day for 9.7 quintillion years. You'd raise the ocean if you go in the ocean raised by an inch. Okay, bro. He looks away when I ask something. What'd you say? You said bro. That's all you said. Come on. Hi, what up? Finally me. Bro, Fortnite isn't just Ninja Super. Bro, but who the fuck? Okay, that's like someone not knowing about basketball and then them being like, oh well, yeah, but Michael Jordan, this, that, then be like, bro, well, basketball isn't just Michael Jordan, you know? It's like, well, that's the only fucking guy I know, you know? It is what it is. I don't know about all these other motherfuckers. I stopped playing Fortnite in 9th grade. I have a 3-pound and 5-pound and 8-pound dumbbell set to start working out. Is that good, Jake? And can you help me make a good daily workout with the dumbbells? Okay, so here's what we got. If anybody, fuck, wait, did I not pin my Instagram, or is my Instagram not pinned? Is it, okay. No, it's pinned. Okay. My Instagram's pinned, right? Let me know. Okay, shoot me a DM on Instagram if you want like any personalized plans, because like I said, I'm a personal trainer. I'm here to help y'all. If and then again, if you're really interested on me doing a whole custom plan for you guys, like an actual being part of my program, then we could obviously talk about that. But any questions like that, you would need to shoot me a DM on Instagram. Okay. So my Instagram is pinned in the stream. Uh, But yeah, so 3 pound, 5 pound, 8 pound dumbbells, they're fine, dude. It's just do what you need to do. That like I guess if 3 pounds is too easy, then go to 5. If 5's too easy, go to 8. And then 8's too easy, then you're gonna have to get some heavier dumbbells. But keep doing push ups, keep doing pull ups, all that stuff. But also those 8 pound dumbbells, like do them slow and controlled for heavy, like more like less reps if they're like heavy on you. But if they're not heavy on you, then you just do it like slow and controlled. Like that's gonna get you more of a pump. I don't know where your strength's at. So again, you're gonna need to DM me and we'll figure all that if you want more personalized stuff. Has anything upset you? Has anything upset me? Fuck yeah. I will rage. Haha. You did it and I copied it. You did and I copied it. I sent you something? When did I do that? I don't remember that. Maybe I did. I don't know. I get a lot of DMs. But yeah. Greg X, what up? I got no money. Well, I mean, like I said, if you want to just ask me questions, you don't need any money. Like advice, it doesn't cost anything. The only thing that costs something is if you were to do a one-on-one call, try to join my program, and then get a whole customized plan with meals and accountability and all that different stuff. That's a whole different thing. Advice isn't cost any money. Why did you change your name from Jake Steaks to Jake's Takes? It's always been Jake's Takes, bro. It never was Jake Steaks. Sorry, I meant to say Jake. You realize I love watching you joke around as a subscriber and scooter rider. I'm absolutely fine. Uh, you like watching me joke around? Bro, I don't joke around. This is all serious. What are you talking about? Do you charge money? For my program, yes. I don't charge money just to give advice or an actual call to join the program. But yes, for my actual program as a personal online fitness coach, yes, I do charge money. Greg, I meant to laugh when I joke around. Yeah, gotcha. Oh man, Jesus, your boy is cooked right now. Oh man. What should I do if I need a personal trainer but I have no money? Here's my recommendation. So, if you're someone and you're watching me and you're like, damn, I'd really like to be in this guy's program, but I don't have any money, here's what I would do. I would continue to watch what I'm doing, continue to try to watch my videos on working out. So watch the exercises I do, watch me talking about working out, continuously watch my videos, watch my YouTube shorts, watch my live streams talking about accountability and all that stuff. So continue to watch me. I talk about growth, I talk about making money, I talk about all this different stuff. So you get on your grind of making money, okay? You get on your grind of making money. Okay, continue to watch me. Continue to watch so many different people too, not just me. Get all the opinions. There's so many different people. Brandon Clark, I don't know why that's the first guy I thought of. Mike Israel, TNF, all these different guys that you can listen to, that you should listen to, not just me. But if you resonate with someone a lot and you're like, I really like this guy, then you should watch him a lot because that's the kind of person who's going to really help you. Here's the thing: continue to make money, continue to grow, and if you still are watching someone and you put in all the work, right, all this work, and you still feel like the need to pay for a personal trainer, then you need to basically make money until you have enough money to pay for one. So you need to learn how to make money, which is get a job, learn how to make money online, whatever the situation is. But you have to understand, like, this is a survival situation. It's not like, oh, like, I don't know, I don't have the money. It's like, okay, well, I don't have the money. Let me get the money then. I need the money for this specific situation. I need it. You know what I mean? And some people are way better at making money than working out. This is something like, in my opinion, I find it crazy that there are humans out there that would pay a personal trainer $5,000 for a 6-month program. But I've seen countless people do it. And the reason and these are people that make a shit ton of money. And I'm just like, how? How are you that good at disciplined at making money, but undisciplined with the gym? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I tend to forget that when they put in their hard work, that like mental bandwidth that I put in the gym, they do that into making money. So they don't really have any of that mental bandwidth to like put into the gym. So it's different. But they're also just not educated on it. It's like a different vibe. I don't realize how deep in I am into it because of the people I'm surrounded by, especially on social media and like, my meetings and all that. I'm constantly seeing different online fitness coaches. I think everyone's an online fitness coach at this point, when I know that's not true. What's the youngest someone must be to watch your streams and videos? So I do no kids are allowed to watch, but obviously, kids use their parents' account, so that's just so be it. You know what I mean? But that's basically the rule. It's uncensored, unfiltered. I can say whatever the hell I want, but just keep that in mind, I guess. I'm chilling and eating steak and fruit and healthy drink watching you. Hell yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Love that. How much money does it cost? It depends, bro. It depends on what you're going with, like what program you're going with, But don't like I said, don't worry about fucking that shit right now, bro. Just worry about getting like strong, okay? Because the reality is, like y'all, like sometimes y'all like think that there's this like ultimate like hack to things. Like you just need to worry about working hard, working out, putting in the work to work hard, and when you've shown that, then you can start indulging in someone helping you. Because if you think that like just having me as a personal trainer, all of a sudden things are just gonna work out, things are just gonna get better. Like I'd love to tell you that because that would make me more money, but I'm not gonna lie. Like it's not how that works. You need to be hardworking. You need to be accountable. You need to show that you've done something that took you going at something every single day and hard work. You know what I mean? It takes a lot more than that. Okay, anything, I'm back. Yeah, I got you. I'm good. Yeah. By the way, I watch your content. No, you're good. I don't care if it's anyone. I've seen it before. Well, I mean, I sometimes do. I'm just chilling now. I'm a kid on my own account, but I'm mature and sometimes work out. Yeah, just keep on working out, bro. That's all I recommend. Jake, I have a question. Can I call you to talk to you privately about advice? There are some personal things I need advice that I don't want to communicate. Like I said, I don't do calls unless unless you're interested in my program. But again, you have to be like above like 17 to hop on a call with me. But that's on a Calendly link. So it's not like it's like an online Zoom meeting. But if you have any personal questions and you want to DM me on Instagram, like personal health fitness questions, like, hey, I've been really struggling with losing, like trying to lose weight, like what food should I eat, like different stuff like that, and you don't want to talk, you don't want to comment it, then you should follow my Instagram and DM me, and I can answer the questions through there. That's kind of my system. And again, sometimes, it's funny. I usually only get this on like TikTok, but like sometimes there will be people that will follow me and they'll be like, "Bro, why didn't you follow me back?" I'm like, I'm following 6 people total. I only follow clients and like other online fitness coaches, and then maybe my friends. Like that's about it. You know what I mean? You got a TikTok I can message you privately on? Yes, I do. But I'm really not good at answering my TikTok messages because it's just I get a lot of weird ones. Instagram, I'm the best. I'm really good at my DMs on Instagram because I have a whole system set up to answer those. But TikTok now as well. But it's still I get around to them. What's my name on TikTok? My name is just like Jacob Cadell. I'm pretty sure it's just Jacob_Cadell. It's the same on Instagram, so you can look up both of them if you want. Hi, I think you're cool. Thanks. Could I ever become one of your friends? What? Everyone that watches my stuff is my friend. I don't really. Yeah, like I'm a helper guy. I'm a personal trainer. Like if I train you, you're my friend. If I give you advice, you're my friend. If you support me, you're my friend. That's how I think of it. Like if you want to see me, win, you're my friend, and I want to see everyone that watches my stuff win. Even my haters. I even want my haters to win. When my haters, like, I'm not saying I want my haters to be my friends, but I consider my haters my friends technically because they help me. They help me. They motivate me. So I don't know. Jake is confused. Oh yeah, I want to see you win. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what I mainly want from my viewers though. I want them to come back in the streams and be like, bro, ever since you told me to start doing this, everything got better. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people to be like, bro, I started doing push-ups and now I can see like you know, like my chest. Like I have a bigger chest. I'm like, hell yeah, bro. Like, that's what I want. No one can hate you, bro. You're great. Oh, thank you. My mom says my phone is my enemy, but God says saves love my enemies. That's why I always on my phone. Okay. Your mom is right. Your phone is your enemy. And I hate saying that because you're on your phone right now watching me. But I am one of those streamers that's going to make my viewers a little uncomfortable. I'm not looking to make them comfortable by being like, no, you're fine. Keep watching me and keep being lazy in your room. Like, no, no, no. Like, if you're watching me, you better be getting after. You better be working out. The second I end the stream, you shouldn't be watching other streamers or scrolling on your phone. I should end the stream, and then you should be like, okay, now it's time for me to get to work. Now it's time to, you know, write in my notebook what I got to get done today and get it done. Whether that's making a good meal, whether that's working out, whether that's getting in the sun, whether that's, you know, whatever the goals you have, you write it down and you do them. I make this point so often. If you can get good at writing things down and doing them that day, you will become very successful at life. That's just a fact. If you can write things down, get them done that day, boom, all in the same day. Wrote it down one day, did it that day. Simple as that. You'll be great. You will be fine. Why do you dedicate so much of your time to strangers? And I don't want you to answer with something like help others. I would definitely, I don't really dedicate that much time to strangers, to be honest. The reality is my streams are technically dedicated to a lot of strangers at once, but it's not specifically one-on-one. And, you know, once someone's a client, they're not a stranger anymore. You know what I mean? They're a client, you know? And once someone, you know what I mean? So I don't really dedicate as much time as you would think, but I guess since you have the perspective I'm a YouTuber, it seems like all my time is dedicated to strangers, even though I live with 2 roommates, so, you know, I have lots of friends and all that. But the answer is because I love helping others, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do you have a girlfriend? No, I'm single. I'm gonna be working out around 1 p.m. Hell yeah. What game do you play the most? I play the game of life. That's the game I play. I play the game of life the most. Do you have any free programs? Do I have any free programs? No. Nothing in my like actual programs where you're put into like my client system is free. Like the second you're thrown into my system where you get my number personally and we're doing one-on-one calls that are mandatory and you're part of the meetings and all this different stuff, it's a whole different vibe. Good. Hell yeah. Yo, what's up, Jake? What up? What is your workout schedule? My workout schedule has been recently like morning chest, tries, shoulders, and then like next day like night back by shoulders, and then rest, and then like repeat, and then add legs in there. I was literally wasting my time on reels until you came. I have an exam and I'm supposed to be studying. LOL. You gave me motivation to study. Bro, who the fuck's taking exams? Didn't school like just start? What the fuck? Ugh, that sucks. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, man. I'm happy to give you motivation. What if I was late on a payment by accident? If you were late on a payment by accident for what? My program? I don't think that's really possible. My system's very clean. There's no fucking around in that whole situation. The poll is, are you a loser? Yes, that's the poll. The poll is, are you a loser? Because I want to get to the deep-rooted thoughts of you guys. Screw it. Let's do it. I don't care. Let's start some chaos. The program. Yeah, like I said, the program is there would be no late payments. None of that. That's not how it would work. Jake, you were right. Never get back with your ex, bro. No way you're actually, like, there's no, what the fuck, bro? One thing that's funny, and this happens with my friends, too, is they'll, like, and it usually happens with dating, is I'll fucking tell them some shit. They'll tell me, no, 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 right? And then after I'm like over it, I'm like done. I'm like, I'm not done helping you. Like, I'm over it. I don't care anymore. And then I assume that they like know that I'm right, but they just don't care enough because they like her too much. And then they literally after will be like, dude, you were right. I'm like, there's no fucking way you didn't fucking know I was right the entire fucking time, and you actually thought that I was just not misanalyzing the fucking situation. Like, come on. Like, I'm too good at this shit. It's unfortunate. And it comes with a fucking price of being good at this shit, okay? I had to learn a lot of fucking shit that's not fun, okay? So it's not even like, you know what I mean? Okay. I only make $25 every second Friday. Okay, well, at least you make money. What time is it by you? Watching from Germany. Hell yeah, 8:44. Why did you get back with your ex? Because my mom messed up the relationship. You are like me when I learned swear words. When I first learned swear words. You cocker Jake. Well, that's the thing is I don't really think about when I curse. I just talk. And when curse words come out, it just is what it is. That's kind of my vibe. Is that enough for your program? What? Can you give us a house tour or at least a room tour? Bruh. People asking for house tours again and shit. The fuck? It's funny when people ask for like house tours or room tours when I'm outside. Like, now you want me to go inside. I was inside the entire time. Now I'm outside. Oh, $25? Hell no, bro. That is not enough for my program. Hell no. That's hilarious. I was just talking about some dude that's charging $5K for his 6-month program, and you're out here talking about $25? Come on. I'm sorry, I'm a slow typer. But it's crazy. It is crazy when my friends do that. When I think they know I'm right the entire time, and then somehow towards the end of the situation, then they tell me, oh, dude, you were actually right. I was like, you're trying to tell me you didn't think I was right? The fuck? Like, really? Come on. Seriously? Yeah, I got back with her, then a week later she blocked me, so I'll be more motivated. Hell yeah. Do you go to college? Yes. Well, you know what, Padre? I don't know if I'm saying your name right. You live and you learn. You know what? I'm not gonna, like, yes, obviously, I'm the one to get a little frustrated because I'm like, bro, come on, man, like, listen to me. But also, now that you learned it for yourself, it actually is better, because if you didn't learn it for yourself, then me saying shit wouldn't have mattered in the first place, because it didn't matter in the first place. Now it does matter, and because you're there and you now know it for yourself. And now if someone else were to ask you this advice, you tell them the advice I told you because you now know. You know what I mean? Why the hell do you think I'm telling you? Maybe because I know a little something about how things work in life. You know, maybe. But, yeah. Focus on gym and basketball. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. The fluffy hair. Hell yeah, bro. Fluffy hair faux show. Was good. Evil Human was good. We're doing a 2-hour stream today, so hell yeah. Fuck it. We're just fucking going all out. And then we're gonna eat. It's a rest day today. Well, we're doing some MMA training like later today, but it's a rest day with lifting weights, so I'm just gonna call it a rest day. Which is funny because this is a complete opposite of Tate's mindset. You know what I mean? Or I know some of y'all don't like talking about it, but it is what it is. I still like talking about his gym motivation. He's a fighter, so he's like, his whole thing is like, nah, like lifting weights, that's basically a rest day for me. I don't have to get punched in the face. But me, since I'm more in like the starting of MMA training, it's a kind of rest day to do the MMA training. But if I were to do some more intense MMA training, I'm sure I wouldn't look at it as a fucking rest day like I do now. Alright. Wait. Evil, how you doing? What's up? Wait, sorry, my bad. I gotta go to the gym. Bye. Hell yeah, bro, love that. What's going on? Hey, Jake, how do I avoid being manipulated? How do you avoid being manipulated? Well, you listen. You listen. You don't talk much. You gotta listen. You have to listen, okay? When you're not listening, here's the thing. When you're in a group of people and you're not, like, listening, you're talking, you can't hear what's going on, so you can't learn. Like, listening is learning. You need to learn about people, okay? And the only way to do that is to keep your mouth shut, okay? So the way to avoid being manipulated is to constantly be listening and learning, okay? People will out themselves very easily if you just let them, okay? And also allow people to manipulate your brain a little bit so you understand what it is. Like, obviously not like being stupid, but like, you know, like indulge in their sayings without, you know, like question their words. And, you know, like, you don't need to be super judgmental and like standoffish about things. You'd be like, oh, how does that work? Like, you know what I mean? You know all this stuff, Jake. It's experience of life, bro. Eva, how you doing? I'm going to college. What's your advice? My advice for college, bro? My advice for college, I might actually make a video on advice for incoming freshmen. Here's my advice for college. It's what you make of it. That's my advice. It's literally what you make of it, okay? Whatever happens, happens. Like, it's literally what you make of it. Whatever you're, like, a lot of people think that college is going to give them an experience. No, you literally make your experience in college. The day that your parents leave or you wake up, like, you going to the gym, that's going to make that first day could make or break your college experience. You going to that, like, lunch with your roommates or friends or different people, that could make or break your college experience. You know, you going out with those new people, you meeting those new people, you going to that new club, that new freshman orientation, that could literally make or break your college experience, who you meet, who you talk to for the rest of the year, okay? So I'm telling you right now, and it's not about those specific things it's about setting up those things in your brain that, oh, I do this now. I go to the gym every single day. I meet people every single day. I go to different clubs that I'm interested in. That is going to make or break your college experience. So you have to find what you actually want in college, and you have to genuinely be serious. Like, what the fuck do I want in college? That is very important, okay? A lot of people don't know what they want in college. They think they want specific things, and they realize they don't. Find out what you want in college and make that happen. If you want a lot of friends in college, you better be social as fuck. You better be working hard to be very social, going to places, saying yes to everything, constantly be meeting people, and also being friends with people that you don't necessarily have a lot in common with to meet other people, because that's how you meet a lot of people, is meeting people through people. If you want to get the best grades, then you need to be in the library studying. You need to be having really good grades. You need to be putting in the work, okay? If you want to, you know, like, pursue your music career, then you need to learn, like, the music situation. Like, you need to figure out your college experience, find what's good about it, find what you like, and work hard at that thing, okay? Work hard at creating that. Because I'm telling you right now, college is not going to hand you any experience. I don't care how much money your parents or you or grandparents, whoever the fuck paid, it will not hand you any experience. You have to make the experience, okay? You can sit in your dorm room the entire fucking year and not do shit, okay? You have full control to fuck it up and full control to make it the best year of your entire life. That's my opinion. Andrew Tate has a great mindset. Yeah, Tate's good to listen to. I have to agree. Jake Tate. Evil good, yeah. Oh my God, okay. I feel like college is a waste of time unless you have a scholarship. College could definitely be a waste of time, for sure. Do you have any siblings, Jake? Yes. Kevin, I'm pretty sure he does, yes. Evil, thanks for reminding us memory lately has been bad. Said hi, what up? Yo, why, Padre, what up? Nothing is more deceiving than being a people pleaser. Yeah, don't be a people pleaser. Also, well, another thing, too, is that the whole people pleasing thing is, it never benefits you. The reality is, some people claim to be people pleasers, but they're not really helping or pleasing people as much because they're not helping themselves. And if you don't help themselves, you can't really help anyone else. Some people are super selfish and they only look to help themselves, but with that, they end up helping a lot more people through that because they help themselves so much. Tate's a great example. Tate was super selfish. He's like, I'm only helping myself. I'm gonna make as much money as possible, get as strong as possible. But he learned so much shit through that he got to spread out his advice. Now all of a sudden he's helped many people live a better life and being strong, fit, you know, less depression, all this different stuff. So his selfishness actually helped and pleased more people. So don't be a people pleaser to please more people. That's my take. Jake, your hair looks good today. Thanks. Jake, how can I improve my memory if you know? How can you improve your memory? All right, this one's going to be a little bit odd, but I believe that all brain shit, all this like cognitive function, a lot of it has to do with food. So if you're eating shitty food, I think your memory is worse. I think if you're eating shitty food, I think you're slower. So I think you need to cut out the bullshit food and eat way healthier food. I think that's the first thing that you need to do to help with your memory. I think memory is a little genetic. I definitely have a really good memory. So does my brother. So does my mom. So it's like we all kind of do. And I think another thing to get good memory is, I mean, people remember shit that like affected them. You know what I mean? You're never going to forget like the first time someone fucking like punched you in the face. Like, you know, you're not going to forget that shit. You know what I mean? So it's like I think value and like emotion has a lot to do with how much you remember something. So I would say the best way to get a better memory is to put more value and emotion to the thing that you want to remember, okay? So if you want to remember to go to the gym, you should constantly be thinking about everything that pisses you off, that you're not massive and big and strong, and all the scenarios that could happen that because you're not strong, and bad things that could happen, like, you know, someone trying to attack you and you're not physically fit enough to defend yourself. Like, you need to be thinking about all those things. Bizarre. You go gym every day? Oh. Is it bizarre? It's not that bizarre. Or bar raise? I don't know. Hi, what up? Is your brother on YouTube, Jake? No. Actually, you know what? Yes, he is. He does have a channel. He has like, I don't know if his videos are, he made like 3 videos, I remember. But I don't know if he deleted them or not. And also, I know he has GTA videos, though. He hops in the stream sometimes. Y'all could literally find him. I mean, he comments. The funny thing is, he comments like a normal person, so no one actually knows who the hell he is. It's hilarious. He'll just, like, ask questions like a normal person, so no one's going to point him out. He's not going to be like, oh, I'm his brother. He's just going to be like, oh, so, how do you react to this thing? My stomach has been hurting for the past week, and no one can figure out what's wrong. Maybe it's because I eat sugar. Yeah, probably. If you're eating unhealthy food and your stomach hurts, then it's almost a guarantee that it's because of the unhealthy food. Like, it's almost guaranteed. And if you were to stop eating unhealthy food, it's almost a guarantee that your stomach would feel better. Yeah, the UFC fight. You see the UFC fight? I did. I saw highlights of it, though. Bizarre meaning friend. Oh, interesting. I go to the gym 5-6 days a week. What is your opinion on Donald Trump setting a bunch of tariffs? I don't really have an opinion on it. Does unhealthy play a role with brain fog too? Yes, of course, bro. Dude, when I was eating fast food every day not every day in high school, my brain fog was horrible. I didn't think the right way. My brain was off. I was off. My brain wasn't it didn't cognitively move the right way. Once I cut out all the bullshit and started eating good food, my brain actually was, like, open and, like, could understand things. I'm being serious. Like, if you actually look at some videos of me, not that I was dumb, I just wasn't, like, deep or, like, I didn't think about things, like, deeper. It was weird. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. I didn't go on tangents of things. I didn't like say like, oh, well, why is that like that? Like, oh, like I didn't open up doors. Doors were not being opened. Remember me? What up, Salim? Haha, Kazmat, smash your boy. I agree. Bizarre. You're skipping leg days? What's with this bizarre? I'm trying to hit legs. I was skipping a lot of leg days before, and the disease took over. So I'm trying to recover from that disease. Brain fog's annoying. What's the best breakfast? Sorry, I can't say that right. What's the best breakfast to eat? Because I don't like eggs, and I can't get myself to eat breakfast. Okay. So first off, you don't need to eat breakfast. Everyone that says breakfast is the most important meal of the day, that's incorrect. Breaking your fast is the most important meal of the day. But that doesn't mean that having food at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. is important. That those don't correlate. You don't like eggs, that's a big issue because eggs are great. Steak I would recommend in the morning. Fruit I would recommend in the morning. But the reality is, you don't need to be like, oh, I should be eating breakfast. The fact that I'm not eating breakfast, there will be people that be like, well, you need to eat breakfast, so then they just eat like a donut or something. That's like psychopath shit to me. Like, you're better off fucking not eating for 3 days than eating a fucking donut. I know a lot of people are going to find that controversial, but that's reality. But here's my opinion. Here's what I say you do. I say you just understand that the importance of breakfast is not the timing, it's the idea of breaking your fast, okay? That's why they call it breakfast, breaking the fast. So that's what it is. So you can break your fast at 1 o'clock, and you could eat a nice steak, a big steak with fruit, And that's way more nutrients and way more protein for your body that's actually needed, and none of the other bullshit. So I would recommend eggs, bacon, steak, salmon, protein, tuna, chicken even. But don't get in this idea that, oh, I need to eat in the morning. I need to eat something in the morning. Even if it's unhealthy, I need to eat something. That's a horrible mindset. I hate brain fog. I have a celiac disorder. It means I can't eat gluten. Ever since since then, I've eaten healthier, but I still drink pop because I crave sugar. How can I fight the urge to drink pop? Here's how you do it. You understand how bad it is for you, and you put in your brain the reality of what your life looks like if you continue to drink it, and the reality of what your life looks like if you continue to not drink it. So you need to make both those realities kind of unrealistic. You need to make the idea of you drinking it like super overweight, super unhealthy, super, addicted to it, and then the reality of you not drinking it is super fit, super healthy, super cognitive, like just everything better. And the reality is, bro, I know you're trying to say like you have a disorder and that means you can't eat gluten and all that. Bro, humans aren't supposed to eat gluten in general. I don't think you have a disorder. I think you're a normal human being that can't handle gluten the same way I can't handle gluten, okay? The same way I can't handle Cereals, the same way I can't handle processed sugar, but the same way I can't handle dairy, or at least not until I had raw dairy and then realized, wait, no, it was just pasteurized. All these things that we were never supposed to be eating. Gluten isn't a natural food. It doesn't come from the ground. It's not an animal. So like when people say like, oh, like I'm not supposed to, like there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. There's something right with you. There's something wrong with the people that are able to eat so much gluten and not feel like shit from it. That's my opinion. And then sugar is not great for you either. So the way to fight that urge is to understand that same disorder that you're probably having from the gluten and all those symptoms that you have, the sugar probably also causes, and you just don't realize it. And your doctor might not be smart enough to tell you that. But the reality is, all those issues that you have, it's not just from the gluten. It's probably from the sugar too. Okay? Every time you get a stomach ache, soda. Every time you get a headache, soda. Every time you're tired, feel like you need to pass out, soda. All that shit. Every time you feel like shit or bad or anything worse, always go, this is because of the soda. I have an intervention idea about alternative energy and solar panels, and this is the reason I want to enter a university major related to environmental energy. Hell yeah. Hey, Jake, I haven't watched your live in a while. What up? Bizarre Means Friend. Did you play basketball, Jake, or did you play football and lacrosse? I played, actually all three. Played lacrosse in high school and basketball in high school freshman year, and I played basketball and football a lot, like middle school, elementary. Those were like the two sports I kind of moved. Bizarre Means Bro, gotcha. My friends and family has recently said I became jacked. Hell yeah. I skip breakfast almost every day before school. Yeah, here's the thing. Here's when it's not good to skip breakfast, is when you go to school and then eat a shitty lunch, okay? Like, there are some people that they won't eat breakfast, they'll go to school, and then their lunch will be like pizza. And I'm like, bro, that is like the worst, like pizza and soda. I'm like, so you're not gonna eat all day and then you're gonna start off your day with pizza and soda? Like, what the fuck? Like, if you're doing a calculated fast and then you're eating like a nutrient dense steak with fruit after, that's a whole different vibe. But you're eating fucking pizza and fucking soda, like, I'm not gonna, like, and you're complaining about feeling like shit, like, it is what it is. Like, you're gonna feel like shit doing that. Congrats. Ew, donuts for breakfast. Look, bro, funny thing is, donuts taste fucking delicious. I haven't had one in 4 years, but I will never deny how delicious they taste. But I still think you're a psychopath to think that you're better off eating a donut in the morning than nothing in the morning, because breakfast is the most important meal, so you need to eat something. I think that idea, that mindset is stupid, and it's why USA humans population are the most fattest, unhealthy, sickest population of all time. Eating donuts in the morning is a hate crime. Yeah, bizarre. Are you in Los Angeles now? No, I'm in Arizona. That's a crime. I agree with you. Thank you. My mom makes me eat breakfast, but she knows that I feel like I'm going to puke in the AM. Yeah, humans aren't meant to eat breakfast. I'm sorry. This whole 3 meals a day, you guys don't want to get me on this tangent. The whole 3 meals a day is bullshit. That was made by Kellogg. Kellogg is a cereal company producer. So the guy that invented cereal basically invented the idea of eating 3 meals a day. So he wanted to make a lot of money from people, and he wanted to demonize red meat and eggs. So he said, no, you should eat cereal every day, because he wanted men to have less energy so he can control them more, and make more money. So he's like, no, 3 meals a day and cereal in the morning. So now we have less energy, we're lazier, and we're stupider because of this fucking guy Kellogg. And we somehow think 3 meals a day is smart. We're fucking idiots for that. 3 meals a day is not smart. Sorry. And I sometimes eat 3 meals a day, but that's calculated shit, okay? All my shit's calculated. Sometimes I do 2 meals a day, sometimes I do 3 meals a day. But my point is, the whole idea, like, oh, 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like, fuck that. Fuck that, okay? I'm eating 3 meals a day today. but it's a different calculated decision because I am eating way more nutrient-dense food. I didn't eat 3 meals yesterday, so my body's, on a different, like, rhythm. It's a whole different situation. You know what I mean? Good. I hate when people eat junk before a game too. Oh my god, dude! I remember this kid, and it was so funny because he was really good too, which made it make like zero sense. But I swear to God, like, because my family's always been pretty healthy, and he was good. Like we were both like the best players on the team, and he swear to God, he would literally like before the thing, he'd ask his dad like, "Can I get a Snickers bar?" And like I remember thinking, I was like, his dad's about to like laugh or like say no, like because that's what my dad would do if I were to ask something like that. I would never ask something like that because I didn't even like chocolate. I didn't even really like candy that much. But if I were to ask that, something my dad would be like, haha, like my dad would laugh at the idea of getting me something unhealthy in the first place, but he'd also laugh at the idea that I'm eating it right before a game because he's always been like, oh my God, right before a game, you gotta stay hydrated, like all the different shit. You know what I mean? He was very big on that stuff. Like he's the type of guy to be like, nah, like we're gonna make you like steak and like fruit, like and eggs for your fucking before your meal type shit. You know what I mean? So when I saw my friend and his dad was just like, it was like, yeah. And then he like, his dad just like looked at him and goes, yeah, and just gives him money to get a Snickers bar before the game, not after the game. After the game is fucking fine. Who gives a fuck? Before the game, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I remember this one kid who was also really good on our team, and he was drinking a Coke, like downing it at halftime. Like downing a Coke at halftime. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? I have never fucking forget this shit. Because even as a kid, I was like, what the fuck is going on? They were good, too. They weren't, like, bad kids. They were both one of the best players that I had played with, like, on those teams. So I'm not saying it always correlates like that, okay? Because, like, kids definitely can get away with other shit. But I was just like, what the fuck, okay? But there's obviously, the typical... I also worked at a camp, like, gym place, and I saw how overall the kids that are more overweight, their parents feed them way more and like give them food just for existing. Like they'll just be running around and they'll just like eat, like grab food. Like that's not how shit's supposed to work. You're supposed to eat meals, okay? You're not supposed to be like running around, grab some food, like running, like it's not how that fucking, like birthday parties don't make any fucking sense. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do when I have kids and they fucking tell me, oh, we were going to fucking this kid's birthday party that has pizza and ice cream. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want you guys touching that shit. So I don't know. I don't know what the... Bro, I feel like some people are like, bro, you would suck as a dad. People tell me that. I'm just like, bro, the kids are gonna have to get tough. I don't know. Simple as that. They're like, bro, you're gonna deny your kid like cookies and sugar? It's like, yeah. Well, you know what's funny? My parents denied me a lot of unhealthy things as a kid as well, and I fucking thank them for that. Now I'm athletic and teach other people how to get athletic, okay? So I don't give a fuck. That's just my take on it. Okay, my bad. I'm late on this stuff. I have like 2 pops every like 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, try to cut it down, honestly, but it's good. Like progression's the most important part about the entire thing. Padre, brother, you look like this guy in live. We're brothers. My freaking lunch at school this year is 1 p.m., bro. Well, that's a little tough, but also it's all good. I haven't drank soda in like 6 months. Hell yeah. The government supplies all this bad food to mess up where mental health is crazy. I know. They want to keep us controlled. And then they give us the bad food. And then, so these kids, they eat all this shitty food. They eat Lunchables and then fucking trick cereal in the morning. And then their brains are all fucked from all the sugar. So then they have all these ADHD symptoms. And the teacher's like, oh, and then the teacher tells them, like, oh yeah, you're not focused in class because they're fucked up from all this fucking food. And then they're like, we should put you on prescription drugs. We should put this little kid on prescription drugs because he can't sit still in class, because he can't sit still because he eating shitty sugary food from some guy named Kellogg that wanted men to not have energy and wanted to make money off of controlling men. Sorry, that's what it all goes back to, and I don't want anyone to deny that. Like, the minute I wake up, I feel like I'm gonna be sick. I love cereal. It's the best invention ever. I know that's gonna make you mad, Jake. Hi, Jakes. What are you doing was good, evil. I'm not against cereal. I'm against the whole idea of what cereal started. Like, my roommates eat cereal all the time. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, to be honest, if I would recommend cereal to do, it would be probably, like, turmeric, like, flakes, or, like, corn things, or, like, brown rice things with raw milk. That's probably the healthiest cereal you can do, to be honest. I get frustrated with almond milk situation, Trix, Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, kids that have all 7 of the different flavors. Like, what kind of cereal you want today? You want Lucky Charms? You want Fruit Loops? Like, that's the issue. That's where I get bothered. I turned 18 September. I feel like I didn't live my teen years like others. Time runs very fast. I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't do silly things. It's so boring to be mature. Hey, bro, here's what I'll fucking tell you to make you feel way more damn comfortable. So I'm 21, right? Here's what I'll tell you, man. 18, you are not mature at all. Don't think that you're mature. I thought that when I was 18, like, things were going to become more mature. Then I went to college, and then I think this may have been a difference in, like, the college I went to. There was a lot more immature people. But I swear to God, I felt like I was back in high school again. There is so much immature shit going on. You have to realize something, bro. Some people never grow up, okay? People just become, they're just children that have jobs. It's as simple as that, bro. Like, you didn't miss out. Okay, you may have missed out, okay? But you should use that as fuel to create more experiences that are good for yourself, okay? The reality is, if my 18-year-old self, I would tell him, bro, like, stop thinking that you're too old for any of this shit. You can do so much fun, silly things. Like, this whole idea that, like, you can't, like, I used to think, like, those high school experiences of, like, going on, like, roofs and, like, just fucking around, like, doing high school shit, like, getting in trouble. You could do that shit in college. You can do that shit in college. It's okay. In fact, people do that shit more in college, I notice. Like, it's almost, like, there's this weird thing that's going on where people do, like, have those experiences. Like, I'm telling you, bro. And if you're not in college, you can still do it. So, I believe 18 is not the time to start feeling that way. If you said, I'm turning 26 or 27 this year, and I feel like I didn't live my years, then I'd be like, yeah, man, I feel you. That's tough. I would say, I feel like that's hard to go through. But since you're 18, bro, you have so much time. I'm letting you know right now, people are not mature at 18. No one's fucking immature. My 18-year-old self was a fucking idiot. I was an idiot. An absolute idiot. I did not know what the fuck I was doing. So, and the people around, like, people that I saw were idiots too. Like, no, like, it's not like the other people around me were smart. You know what I mean? So don't worry. But also, use that as fuel to create those experiences. If you really feel like you missed out on those experiences, you should use that anger and energy and sadness to fuel that into a positive thing where you're like, all right, now I'm going to create these experiences more. That's the entire point. Are you a Trump supporter? No. What's the mission today, Tyler Jordan? The mission today is to fucking win at life. We're on a 2-hour stream. We're 1 hour in. We're going to do a 2-hour stream, trying to get some new subscribers, trying to vibe, trying to just get back onto the YouTube wavelength. But also, we're just trying to also complete everything in the notebook. And one of the things I had was a 2-hour live stream on YouTube. So first thing will be done. 3 meals a day is good for your health? No. No, it doesn't work like that. There could be a specific person that's healthy that eats 3 meals a day, but like here's my point. 3 meals a day, like that idea of 3 meals a day. Okay, someone eats cereal in the morning and then eats fucking Subway in the day and then eats Popeyes at night. Okay, 3 meals a day is not healthy. If someone eats, fucking eggs and steak and fruit in the morning and then steak and fruit at night and then steak and fruit and at lunch and then steak and fruit at dinner, then 3 meals a day is healthy. But it doesn't matter the number, or, like, it matters the food you're eating. If you're eating 3 fucking meals at McDonald's a day, then no, that's not healthy. If you're eating 3 fucking steaks a day, that's healthy. This is what it is. And people disagree with me about my whole steak, red meat's healthy, but I disagree with you guys. One of Jake's main topics talk about cereal at this point. Yes, I talk about cereal a lot. That's the thing. Well, the thing is, like, you can ask me questions about specific things, and there's only a specific, like, threshold of, like, my brain has on that topic. So, like, you talk to me about, like, video games. I have very little. You talk to me about dating, I have a little bit more. When you talk to me about cereal, I have so much fucking shit to talk about. Like, it goes on for hours. I could talk about cereal for fucking hours. It's so fucked. I really like eggs. Hell yeah. My friend on the team ate Cosmic Brownies and had a Pepsi before the game, and he's still at 27, so I guess helps. Here's the thing. People are going to see, as a kid, it doesn't make as much of a difference, but you'll see your friends that eat like shit and still are good, and you're just like, bro, so eating healthy doesn't make a difference. It's like, no, you have to understand, like, the older you get, the more it makes a difference. And I'll also tell you something. Those kids, they are genetically gifted. If they ate healthier food, they would be better. I actually wholeheartedly agree with that. That even though they're good, like even though my friend that was on his team, that was eating the Snicker bars, even though he was good, or the one that was drinking the Coke, I genuinely believe if they were eating healthier food, they would be better. I just think it's one of those things. Because even DK Metcalf, that dude is like known for eating Skittles and shitty food and all that shit. Even Marshawn Lynch. Both of them admitted that they've eaten healthier and they felt better from it. DK Metcalf especially though, he said, "Yeah, I'm starting to eat healthier and I feel better from it and I'm better." And I even told my dad, I was like, "What about him?" And he's like, "Yeah, and I think he'd be better if he ate healthier food." And the thing is, Marshawn Lynch didn't last that long, and part of it could have been his diet. You know what I mean? Like people like to make these arguments, and they're not horrible arguments, but the reality is you have to look at the individual themselves. Be like, okay, what is their genetic background? Like Marshawn Lynch, was running people over at the age of 5. You know what I mean? Like, it was a whole different vibe. What position did you play in basketball? I'm a shooting guard. I was always point guard and, like, shooting guard. And then somehow, like, towards the end of high school when I got a little bit taller, I would play, like, some fucking power forward and, like, center sometimes. I was like, what the fuck, bro? I'm not no fucking center, bro. But everyone was, like, so short because I was playing rec basketball. When you play rec basketball, everyone's not, like, tall. In football, I was quarterback, wide receiver. Yeah, football, I was like flex. I was always a flex guy. That was my thing, flex. Throw me a running back, wide receiver, even quarterback. I was like Julian Edelman out there. Well, I wasn't built like Julian Edelman. I mean, well, when I was playing football, I was. But, I mean, yeah. I don't know. Compared to everyone else, meaning. Well, actually, no. Not the first year. It was when I was younger. That's when I felt like I was Julian Edelman. I don't know much about basketball yet. What do you do at your birthday? I don't want to even celebrate my birthday. I don't want to think about my birthday. My birthday's coming up actually kind of soon in like 20 days. But like I don't want to think about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to celebrate it. I don't want any gifts. I don't want anything. I don't want to party. I don't want anything. I'm done. No, I don't want to be celebrated for something that I didn't achieve. Like achieving like age doesn't mean anything to me. So now I'm gonna fuck my birthday. Evil, huh? Are you a gangster? Oh, never mind. Oh, your roommate eats cereal. Let's get not what do you mean by that? Don't worry about it. Evil, we talking about Tyler Durden? No, never mind. Evil, where you from? Evil, I hate when people do that. I'm turning 14 in September. I'm from Earth. BL Hearts do what? Prab, why? What country? The country on hand. Isn't it funny when your girl breaks up with you, etc., and you want to work harder? That's the only response, though. I guess it's funny. It's like, but I think it's a genetic male response, and it's testosterone driven for sure. But of course, it's going to make you want to work harder, especially social media, because it drives you in that way. So I would agree. What up? Evil, I'm not from Earth. What up? Oh, where are you then? Mars, I'm eating rice and chicken right now. Jake, there's a question that you wish people asked you more. There a question that I wish people... Okay. That is a good question. I guess that question... No. What's a question I wish people asked me more? Fuck, I don't even fucking know. Question I wish people asked me more. I don't know. I really can't think of it. I'm gonna have to get back on that one, I guess. Mars is cool. Not from your... Okay, I'm from... I hope you are not disappointed to see me again. What up, Meta Memes? I'm from... what's your favorite Super Bowl? I gotta be Patriots against Falcons because it's just a legendary comeback. Even though I don't even like the Patriots that much. Jake, happy birthday. Same. My birthday's 12th September. Yeah, Jake, we'll get you cereal for your birthday. I've never celebrated my birthday. I mean, you could celebrate the fact you're still alive and it didn't just end it all. That's kind of the point. And I mean, here's the thing. It doesn't mean someone's gonna text me happy birthday. I'm gonna be like, fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm obviously gonna say thank you. And if someone gives me a gift, I'll obviously be very appreciative of it. But I'm not under this idea of having any expectations. Definitely no expectations for my birthday. But also this idea that like wanting like a party or wanting like celebration or wanting recognition and be like, ooh, my birthday's coming up, so this, that, and the other thing. Like I have none of that. You know what's funny is like before I did, I was like, I'm turning 21, which is cool because you turn 21, a lot of new shit happens. After that, 22, nothing good. Your accolades just get worse. Okay, you're a 21-year-old entrepreneur slash fitness coach slash student. Now you're a 22-year-old. All your accomplishments are just worse. That's how I think of my birthday. Unfortunately, uh, my first day of school is tomorrow, bruh. I know it's the first day of school, man. Well, I'm actually excited for college. First day of school. It's the only time I'm actually excited for shit. Good luck, how do you eat better? How to eat better? How do I eat better, or how does someone eat better? You focus on what you're eating and you eat it like the right way. Like, what do you mean? How do you eat better? Like you find the motivation to eat better because you know it's the best thing for you. And think of the realities of your life when you don't eat better and how much that could hurt you. And think of the realities of your life where you do eat better and how much that could help you. What was the question you wish people asked you more? Damn, you were really thinking. I literally couldn't think of an answer. The Patriots are my team. What do you think about the purpose? What do you think of the purpose of life is? I think the purpose of life is to experience every emotion possible and to live. I think that it doesn't need to be some like deep thing where there's this like overlying like power or movement or anything like that. I think it's as simple as just I think the purpose of life is to live life. And I know it's simple, but it's true. It's like there's no like it's to live life. It's to experience life. That's the purpose, is to experience life. For me, it's more an internal. I enjoy birthdays internally when I was in childhood and early adolescence. I enjoyed my birthday as a kid because you're a kid. It's different. It is good if I eat banana rice. Jake, you got any advice for me in high school? The advice I have is work out as much as possible and try to make money. That's my advice. Try to make as much money as possible. Try to meet people, try to get connections, try to just upgrade your life. You're a video game character and you're trying to get 99 stats on all across the board on all things, okay? That's what I might recommend for you. Bro, I just started a club like Fight Club. Do you want to join? Bro, you can't talk about that. Chew 32 times. I gotta go. Y'all, I'm busy. Take care. Don't quit. Evil, take care. Peace, evil. Yeah. So yeah, this is like a comeback stream to a certain extent because we're just out here, we're vibing. Did I get any new subscribers from this stream? Oh, I actually did. We actually got some new subscribers from this stream. Okay, hell yeah. Well, that's fire. You remember me? What up? Where's Destroy? Inventing. I don't know. Ow, fuck, dude. I just fucking hit my fucking funny bone. That's crazy. Dude, so I've lost subscribers, though. That's crazy work. Bro, forgot the first rule of Fight Club, I know. So I just broke rule number 1. Dude, but look at this, dude. This is a little sad, but also I'm super transparent with you guys. I'm the only real YouTuber out here that's going to show you guys my losses. Here it is. You see that? Negative 20 subscribers. I lost 20 subscribers in the past 28 days. There's the reality. There it is. You know what I mean? There it is. And I'm the only real one to actually say that because we're actually growing subscribers again, finally. But there it is. Mia Berg, I want to gain weight. I started to eat more lately. I only gained 1 kg. It's really hard for me because I think my body burns fast, really fast. Okay, it does. That means we got to eat more. You got to eat more and more and more and more and more. That's the thing is like, if it's not working, eat more. Okay, I have the fastest metabolism in all time, and I'm here to tell you, eat more food. Eat more food. Eat more food. If it's not working, eat more. Simple as that. Hi, listen to Rich Piana. I create new rules. I got another favorite Brad Pitt movies. What's more worse, being fat or being skinny? It completely depends on how fat or how skinny you are. Like, if you are, here's the thing. If you are severely overweight, I think it's worse than being severely skinny. Because if you're severely overweight, you can never, lose the belly fat or like the loose skin unless you get surgery, which sucks. That fucking sucks. That could ruin your physique. But if you're severely skinny, you do have the ability to build a good physique. You know what I mean? It's going to take like 5 to 10 years, but you could do it. So I think when it comes to severe situations, it's better to be skinny. But when it comes to, like, if someone's only a little bit skinny or a little bit fat, like, I would say, like, it really depends. Like, if that person's fat, but he's, like, super strong, I'd rather be that guy because I can just lose a little bit of weight. Boom, I'm aesthetic and strong instead of being, a little bit skinny but super weak. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always going to choose strong. And that's my kind of thing, I guess. I didn't hear it said banana good with rice. That's fine. Hell yeah. They're not real fans. Rule number 1, never use the thing that uses you. Yep. I don't want to hear them say they're your biggest fans when you get popular. Bro, well, we know that's going to happen. I've had people come into my stream for literally an hour and they tell me that they're my biggest fan. I'm like, how? The fuck does that even work? What up, Thomas Boy? What up? Bombaclat, can I get a shout out, please? Good answer. Do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert? So, I actually don't consider myself anything because I actually find the label itself could be detrimental to social situations. But I did ask my friend, because he was like, "Oh yeah, this guy's an introvert, this guy's an extrovert," and I was like, "Okay, well you're saying all these people are this and that. What am I?" And he says to me, he looks at me and he goes, "Situational." That's what he fucking says. He goes, because like he's like sometimes you can be extremely introverted, but like when the situation's right, you can be extremely extroverted. So I would say people probably assume I'm extroverted based off the stream because I'm always yapping. But the reality is when I'm in social situations, I don't yap as much because I need to learn and listen, okay? I need to know what the hell's going on. And if you yap, you can't listen. That's a thing a lot of people don't understand that are big yappers and big like group settings is that they don't know what the fuck is going on, okay? Because they're talking. So if you talk, you can't listen. The person that's super quiet but still, present, that's the person that's going to understand what the fuck is going on, listen to everyone. Because I need to know. Like the reality is in most group settings, I'm the one that's listening to people the most. I'm like someone will be like I swear to God, like I'll be like, damn, that person really just said that. Like they'll pass over their fucking head. Like, oh, I didn't hear that. Like, really? You didn't? Okay, I guess I'm the only one fucking listening then. Like, I don't know. Because the issue is, and this is an ego issue for some people. Some people are so obsessed with their own, like what they need to say next, that they're not like listening to the other person. And it's bad for connection, but it's also bad for them because they're gonna lose. Like you're not listening to the other person, you're gonna get fucked. You're gonna get manipulated because you're only worried about what you're saying. This is where people fuck up. And unfortunately for them, they feel like they are in a situation where they can just let out all their shit. But the reality is like that's what's going on. You know what I mean? Like when you're talking, you can't listen. So I would say if you're in a group setting and you're chill with everyone, okay, you're not like looked at as like if you're newer. That's when I would say that's when it's actually a little bit more important to be like social or be at least confident. But like just if you're in a social group of people and don't be Mr. fucking yapper. Don't be yapping the entire time. Like listen, okay? Listen to people and make sure you understand what the fuck's going on, okay? Because you don't know who's out to get you. Okay, you don't. That's the reality. And also, you need to learn about people. You need to learn about people and the way that they think. Like, I listen to people because I need to know, like, how does this person think? Why are they wrong? Like, I will listen to a fat person tell me why I need to stop training so hard because I need to know why they think that way and how to never act that way. Like like that's why I'm a listener because I need to learn. I'm like a sponge in any situation. I'm absorbing everything. I need to absorb. That's why whenever I go into a work setting, I'm always absorbing as much. I don't really do that anymore because I'm trying to work for myself here. But yeah. What if you started working out earlier, Jake? Life would be a lot different and probably better, but I also don't know if I'd have that same fire. So it really depends, but you can't regret. You got to just use the fuel. What if you get a chance to be on a call with Fit Fearless, dude? Oh my God. I don't know how the fuck that would go. I would do it for the joke, but I'd be like, man, it'd be like, bro, take off your shirt. Let me see your physique. He's like, what the fuck? He just is like, bro, shut up. Let me see your physique. Like, I'm like, okay. And Any friends? Any of my friends here? I think I had a summer glow up. I got jacked. Hell yeah. Yo, Jake, would you be average height but ripped or fat as hell but 6'5"? Face is the same for both conditions. All right. So would I rather be average height, 5'9", but ripped or fat as hell, but 6'5", same face, both conditions? Well, fat as hell, like fat as hell, like can't reverse it. Cause if I'm fat enough, or if I'm only fat where it's like not too bad, where I'm able to get fit, like if I can, if it's not too fat where I don't have loose skin, I'm picking the 6'5", dude. But if it's too fat where it's loose skin, then I'm gonna pick the average height person that's ripped. I'm an Indian right now. Sometimes the cage is made of not iron, but of comfort. What up? But Trump won't let me come, and the country I live in is trying to deport me. I can't go back to Somalia. There's more war, so I'm worried. Bro, go on Fear Factor, and if you did, what would be your fear? Wait, would you go on Fear Factor, and if you did, I honestly don't know if I did, or if I would. What would be my fear? I don't know. My biggest fear is that the reality of what my life looks like if I quit. That's my biggest fear. What up, Soctagon? Bro, Cosmo at 1, yeah, I know. Yo, what up? I miss David and Evil Human. Yeah. Jake, what should I even do now? I don't know, man. What are we talking about? The whole deportation thing. Well, I don't know. I was talking to my one friend who's also worried about all that shit, and I was just like, man, just work hard. Like, obviously these things are out of your fucking control at the end of the day, right? Like, you're not gonna control how the fuck Trump controls his deportation or all this fucking systems. You have no control over it, so why don't you just just work hard and just try to make as much money as possible? Because doesn't he make like the 5 million? So if you have 5 million, you're automatically in the USA. Simple as that. Like, you know what I mean? Fear is so funny. I watch him instead of comedy. He's funny. I just don't know if he's satire or not. I don't know if he's being real or not. Kamzar Israel. Kamzar. Keep up with the streams, man. Hell yeah. The Indian hotel right now. Yeah. Feels like 5'6". Yeah, she's short. Also, though, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I saw a video of him walking with a girl, and she was like not great looking at all. And all the comments were like, bro, you talk all this shit. You can't even, like, pull, like, a baddie. And I'm like, true, bro. Like, if you're going to be a guy on the internet telling all these guys how to pull women and you're not going to be walking around with hot women, then you're fucking full of shit. I'm sorry. Like, how are you going to walk around Miami with, like, a 4? It's not, like, those are your credentials. If you're a dating coach, your credentials are hot women. Okay? If you're a fitness coach like me, your credentials are your physique and your testosterone results. I'm a testosterone coach. Like, my credentials are here. You can look at my Instagram. You can see my blood work. You can see all that shit. You can see I'm natural. Like, if you're a fucking dating coach like that motherfucker, you need to make sure that you have hot women that are obsessed with you because your clients need to see that. That's the reality of the situation. So that's why, like, when I saw that, I was like, damn, bro, like, this guy, like, who the fuck's gonna listen to this guy? And the reason is because he's not really that smart with women. He thinks that you have to, like, he's the guy that thinks, like, if your shoes aren't super clean, like, you could never pull a hot girl. Like, that's the dumbest fucking way of thinking. Bro, I'll fucking pull a hot girl with fucking barefoot, like, sandals. I don't give a fuck, because they don't care about that shit. Okay, and he's too stupid to realize that. He's so Miami materialistic driven that his brain thinks women only care about money and status, or they do care about status, but like money and materialistic things and clean, like masculine, like fuck that shit, okay? You need to be interesting, you need to give emotion, okay? He doesn't understand the whole idea of emotion and the idea of emotional value and the idea of making her feel, okay? He's just so caught up in his own fucking world, he's so ego driven, he doesn't understand that he needs to make the girl feel something, and that's how he's actually going to keep her, okay? So many dudes are worried about themselves, like, no, literally, just make her feel, like, she doesn't care about how, like, she cares about how you make her feel. That's something that a lot of dudes need to realize if they actually want to keep a woman. She does not care about how you feel. She cares about how you make her feel. Like, she doesn't care about you. She cares about how you make her feel. Since you make her feel good, she likes you. You know what I mean? That's how it works. Sorry. Cold reality for a lot of men. Don't want to hear it. It's the accent. Him, which is funny. Yeah, he's got a funny accent. It's a real challenge to force yourself. Force yourself to what? Fate Food. Is 177 girl over tall? I don't think so. I mean, maybe a little bit. But I think he can pull pretty good women. He is a handsome guy, no doubt about that. That's the thing. Okay, just because you're handsome doesn't mean that you can pull. That's the whole thing. Is like, what, like, just because you're a good-looking guy does not mean that you guaranteed good-looking women. In fact, like, the correlation doesn't really add up most of the time. The truth is, he thinks that him wearing like nice clothes and having a nice watch and having nice shoes and wearing a belt, he thinks that gets like so many women looking at him because he's so like a real man that goes to work, and he's like, so like, he doesn't understand that like they like some of them are attracted to that, but they care more about how you make them feel. That's what's most important. How are you making them feel? He doesn't even think about that shit. He's probably the motherfucker to text them some shit like, oh, like, since I'm this high value, I can text them like, good morning, beautiful, or some shit like that. Like, no, you can't do that. I don't know if he does that. I don't know how fucking stupid he is. But like, I notice some dudes will think like, oh, no, like, I'm high value enough to like text her good morning, beautiful. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. She will find that unattractive eventually, especially if she's hot. Okay? I'm sorry. It is what it is. That's not a vibe, okay? It is what it is. And girls will say, oh, no, we want that. Of course you want that for attention, but that doesn't mean that you are going to be more sexually attracted to that person. And this is where the dynamic gets skewed up between guys and girls. It's like, oh, guys don't know what girls want. Guys, like, here's the thing. Guys and girls want two different things. So guys are talking about, well, no, I'm only talking about what's going to make the girl most obsessed with me, while the girl is talking about what's going to make her happiest, which is attention, okay? The girl is never going to expose what actually makes her sexually attracted to the guy that gives her all her power away. So they'll never tell her. So that's why you can't ask for women about dating advice, because they're never going to tell them what actually makes them, trigger their sexual attractions. You have to learn from a guy that knows those triggers, because a woman's never going to tell you. Because why is she going to let herself be vulnerable like that? She doesn't want to do that. Okay, my bad. I feel like guys just date to date. It's not that hard to get a girl obsessed with you. Jake, you think a hot girl would date an ugly guy if he had game? Of course. We see it all the fucking time, bro. Dude, hot girls are with ugly dudes all the fucking time, bro. What the fuck? Dude, that's most of the time, bro. The reality is, because hot girls, the funny thing is, you know who cares more about a dude being hot? Uglier women. Hotter girls don't care as much about the guy being hot because they're used to that, okay? They're used to hot guys hitting on them. For an uglier woman, it might be the first time a hot guy has ever hit on them. So they put a lot more value to that because, like, oh my God, this is a first hot guy. Like, they put value to that. But a hot girl, they've had every fucking hot guy. They've had the athletes. They've had everyone. So they're different. You need to fucking find some other shit that's going to trigger attraction, possibly jealousy, pre-selection, fame, all this different stuff. There's way more different attraction triggers that you need to now do other than being a really hot guy, okay? Because the people that care about that more are usually girls that aren't as good looking, because first off, it's an insecurity that they have, but also, like, it might be their only opportunity to be with a hot guy. And another thing, too, is they like to prove to their friends that they can get a hot guy. That's another thing, too. Like, you will see uglier women want to show you off to their friends because they really want to show, like, I can still get a hot guy. That'll be a thing. But yes, of course, dude, ugly dudes pull hot girls all the fucking time. You almost never see, though, an ugly girl with a hot guy. And for the most part, if it is happening, it's because the girl is giving him some crazy good treatment and she has something, but for the most part, you'll almost never see it. What it happens, and that's what's crazy. Everyone just asking me, what's the topic? I'm talking about fucking dating or something, I don't know. Also, he is in Miami. That tells a lot about that. Well, I understand why he's in Miami. It's where the money's at. It's where the girls are at. But I think his issue is he got indulged in that lifestyle and that idea of, oh, I'm in Miami. I got to have the watches. I got to have the money. Like, he would never walk around, like, in flip-flops because he's afraid of his image. And that is what women don't find attractive. They want you to be so confident in yourself that you can walk around in fucking flip-flops and you don't give a fuck. Not because you don't care about being attractive, because you don't care. That's the point. That's what they find attractive. He cares too much, and that's why he can't get hot girls. Even though he's good looking, doesn't matter. The dude that's ugly and doesn't give a fuck will get a hotter girl than him because he doesn't give a fuck. Yup, absolutely true. Girls care about emotions more than looks, which not a lot of guys know. Okay, yeah, most guys, yeah, they don't know that. Well, because guys think that girls think like guys, okay? Because we see a hot girl, we instantly go, okay, hot girl, I think you're hot, I want you right now, this, like that thing. Girls don't think like that for the most part, okay? It's more of like a turning valve. It's like you're slowly getting them to like you more and more and more. For guys, you can switch that thing in a second. The second they see a hot girl, boom, switch, I want you. For a girl, it's different. It's like more and more like, oh, you say specific things that demonstrates high value that makes her like you more and more and more. Now, obviously, girls can see a guy and it triggers them, like they like, but they're not like, oh my gosh, right then and there. They need to meet you. Like they're like, oh, I would like to talk to that guy. That's what I'm saying. The guy's like, I don't even need to fucking hear a word from you. I just want you right now. Like they don't even need to hear you talk. That's the thing. The girl would need to have a conversation with you first. That's the difference. I'm studying tech and engineering. Too much validation, using the push and pull method. So push and pull method is very original, classic thing that a lot of dudes use, and it works. It's not bad. It definitely works because emotions, obviously back and forth, all that shit. But I would say some dudes overdo it where they think too much, like I gotta go back, I gotta push pull, and the girls pick up on that shit. They realize that no, this guy's just trying to flirt. He's just trying to like girls can pick up on fakeness. Okay, so push pull is good, but if you're a real person that actually pushes and pulls, like if that's really your lifestyle of push pull, if you can create a lifestyle where you're a push pull kind of guy, that's much better than trying to act, because girls can sense that shit. Girls are really good at sensing when a guy's like faking some shit. Bro, what is your type? My type? Oh, bro, these questions. I love answering this question. My type is women that are really good, have a skill at protecting their energy. That's what I'm attracted to. What's the most amount of push-ups you do in a row? Like 60. Mine's 75, but that was when I was 8, bro. Jesus Christ. Well, yeah, 8. When you're younger, you can do like more hangs and shit because you're just lighter body weight, but that's still nuts. Bro, I have a girlfriend when I was 10 for real. Damn, how many slurs are you gonna use? Dude, I just say words, bro. I don't even think about it. But being ugly helps because it's in our genes that we treat good-looking people way better. Oh, wait, but being not ugly helps me. Yes. Here's the thing about being a dude. If you're ugly, that doesn't mean that it's going to stop you from being able to get hot women. But if you are an ugly dude and you were able to get hot women, if you became more attractive, you would be able to get even hotter women. That's how that works, okay? Yes, this cheer captain is dating a nerd in school. A very simple act would make her feel happy. It's not math. If you can make her feel like a lady, you have a successful relationship. Well, it's like anything else. You make them feel feminine. How do you make them feel feminine? Well, you be masculine. Well, how do you be masculine? Well, you stay in congruence with yourself, okay? You be decisive, okay? You're not unsure of anything. That's the thing. And also, you don't indulge in stupid conversation, okay? That's another thing. Like, this is a pro strat. Okay, if you want to remain masculine, you want your girl to remain feminine, is when she comes home from fucking work or friends and she tries to bring some stupid bullshit drama like, this person said this thing and, Stacy did this and that, and you start being like, oh, well, did Stacy... No, you fucked up there, okay? You don't indulge in their conversation. You need to be masculine enough to understand that this is a low-level conversation, that people talking about other people and drama and gossip, and you're above that conversation. So you don't say anything to it, okay? You don't indulge in that. And they actually find that more attractive, that you're a man. The second you start being feminine, you're being like, oh my god, I can't believe she did that. The girl's like, what the fuck? You're a girl now. You don't do that shit, okay? I heard one time a dude say, and never forget this, a dude say to his girlfriend, oh my gosh, give me the tea. I'm telling you right now, no girl with normal hormones finds that attractive. Unless they're on birth control, which that girl was. So that's why their brain is skewed and their attraction is skewed. Okay. You can tell. Sorry, my ex was ugly. See, that's what I'm saying. Like girls will be like, my ex was ugly. My ex, and then guys will be so confused. Like, well, why'd you date him? It's like, and they'll be like, well, because he made me feel good. He made me feel a certain way. Because when he texted me, I got that dopamine hit. Like they can unsee specific things because they made them feel a specific way. That's the reality. For dudes, it doesn't work that way at all. Okay, no dude is gonna be like, oh, my ex was so ugly. That's not a flex for a dude. You know what I mean? The dude doesn't want to even talk about that. They're like, bro, she was hot. She was just fucking annoying. Like that's the best thing to say. Uh, Jake, would you ever say good morning, beautiful? Fuck no, bro. That's why I recommend against it. I would never morning text a girl ever in a million years. I mean, I'd never. Like, you don't do that shit, okay? You really don't. You don't, okay? I'm being so serious. Never, 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 ever, never. Any girl that ever tells you, oh my gosh, I love morning text, okay? She loves morning text because she loves attention, okay, and validation, okay? If some fucking random guy on Instagram gave her a morning text, she would like it too, okay? Jane, I can relate. My ex was, hell no. Exactly. Two people admitting that their exes were not good looking, but they still stuck with them or were there with them for a little bit. Why? Because they made them feel something. So, dudes, if you're sitting here being like, bro, I'm ugly, I'm cooked. No, you're fucking not. Clearly, they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That's why I used to be so fixated on looks, which I guess is a good thing because now it improved my looks. But the truth is, it doesn't fucking matter at all. Like it matters, but it matters in the beginning. And after that, it doesn't mean shit. That's the thing. Like it doesn't matter after. Like there's no like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to break record. What's record? I couldn't even do 6 push-up record. Bro, I could relate. What would you say, Jake, if your ex wanted to get back with you? Say no. Like I said, I don't necessarily have a specific like ex. I mean, I don't consider anyone an ex. Maybe they can consider me an ex because they see the relationship differently, but I don't consider them my ex. But if someone were to consider me their ex and they were to try to get me back, well, if they just wanted to hang out and I really thought they were a chill person and I actually liked their company, then I'd hang out. But if it was someone that, you know, stopped talking to me, like if I stopped talking to them, that's the only odds of me hanging out with them again is if I ended things. If they were to end things with me, fuck no, completely done, never in a million years. I don't care how much you beg for me. I don't give a fuck. You are not getting you didn't pick me. You didn't pick me, it's over. You like for me, never in a million years would I ever, get back with anyone that didn't pick me in the first place. Never, ever, ever, ever. That is a mistake a lot of dudes fucking make, and it is fucked. You'll get screwed over, okay? So fucking bad. I've never heard of a situation where a girl didn't pick him first, and then he still went with her, and then things went well. Never. Never, ever, ever. I'm glad to see you. It's good. A guy saying, give me the tea is a gay. I know. You think girls like toxic guys? Here's what I think. I think girls like confident guys. I think girls like heavy emotions. And I think 90% of men don't make women feel anything, right? So toxic guys make women feel something. So it's not like they're attracted to a dickhead person or a person that's like a mean person or a mean personality or like just like that vibe, but they are addicted to someone that can make them feel emotions. So, and toxic men make women feel emotions because they're on and off, doing bad shit, fucking around, talking to other girls, whatever the fuck. And that's what makes them more attracted is the emotion that goes with it. Because again, you don't need to make the girl necessarily feel good. You just need to make them feel something. Jealousy is probably one of the best things to make them feel. So, yeah, like if a toxic guy is, talking to a bunch of girls or whatever, the girl might be more attracted to that because, she feels now it's in more of a competition setting. There's more emotion towards the situation. There's more of jealousy, and all of those cause more emotions. And yeah, it's very interesting. It's so confusing for me to understand women's psychology. Like, you know what we guys think when we see a hot girl, but a girl, what major things are different from what guy thinks. Yeah. Oh my God, you literally know each and everything about girls. Your future girl's so lucky. Thanks. Well, I kind of had to learn this shit because I needed it for my own survival, you know? And I also wanted to make the experience better with girls too, you know? A lot of dudes don't realize this, but the second you actually learn about women, you make the experience better with them even though you're the same person. Like, you could be the same dude and fuck up and not make the experience good, or you can make the experience really good by understanding how their emotions work, you know what I mean? That's the thing. A lot of dudes don't realize how to make an experience good for a woman because they don't understand how their emotions work. Ugh. But making the experience better for them is going to make them like you more. How do you make the experience better for them? Well, that's where I would listen to Casey Zander. Because there's a girl, Chloe, and she says she's only dates ugly guys. Yeah, Jane's right. Exactly. Once when I had a match, almost the whole team ate Snickers at halftime except me. I was like, what the fuck? What you even doing? I ate a grape, an apple, and then the opposite team told me I was the best at my team. Yeah, exactly. Well, there you go. That's probably, well, I'm not going to say the correlation's there, but it could have been. But what's with this Snickers at halftime? What the fuck is wrong with this shit, Padre? If guys are rich, girls become gold diggers. Or if guys are rich, girls become gold diggers. Yeah, but here's the thing. If you're actually complaining about gold diggers, you fucked up. You presented yourself in the wrong light, okay? You went forward with your money. You walk around with a watch, you pay for all these nice clubs, you walk around in your nice car, and then you complain that women are using you for money. That's what you fucking show. Instead, how about this? How about you be a super awesome, fun personality guy that walks around, walks around on parks, and then they like you for your personality, okay? The reason that fucking homeless dudes never complain about gold diggers but could still get hot girls, or, you know, like dudes that are living off couches and shit, people that are considered losers still get hot girls because they don't care. They don't care about anything. And girls find that fucking attractive as shit. A dude that doesn't give a fuck about anything, that's very fucking attractive. And I'm not saying like attractive long term. I'm saying short term. So that's the thing is like the people that complain about gold diggers, you fucked up by showing your money off too much, leading with your money, talking about your money. On your Instagram, you probably flaunt your money. And then, yeah, of course people are going to fucking use you for that because that's all you're good for. That's all you show. When I make a shit ton of money, I ain't going to show any of my money. My first dates are going to be a walk in the park. I need to make sure you actually like me. And then we can figure out other shit. Facts. At the end of the match, I would not get back. That's some simp stuff. Yep. Damn. So, see, I don't like a guy who's bad with me, but is a baddie with others. I don't like a guy who's bad with me, but is a baddie with. What does that mean? Do you think depression is real, bro? What a question. I think depression symptoms are real. I think this idea that it's a disease that is given to you and you have no control over fixing it, I think that's bullshit. It's a matter of luck if you get the right person. Dude, some people say it's a matter of luck. I think, for me personally, I don't think it's a matter of luck for my life. I think it's a matter of working extremely hard to get what I want. You think a girl would gravitate to a rich, handsome guy with no game or a broke, ugly guy with game? Broke, ugly guy with game. Here's the thing. You have to understand something. The broke, ugly guy with game meaning the ability to demonstrate high value and show that you don't give a fuck, that motherfucker, the dynamic is way better. The issue is when you're super rich, like the girl, like this is what happens. This is what a lot of rich guys explain. They actually get less girls when they become richer because the girl expects more. That's the thing. Like they start to take them out on nice dates and then they literally expect more from them. This is the reality of women in general, though, is that the reality is the more that you give them, the more that they're going to expect of that specific thing. So if you take a girl on a really nice date out for the first date, you're basically saying for the entire rest of knowing this person, this is the standard, this is what we do. So that's why I take my girls on walks. That way there's nothing, this is the standard. We fucking walk in the park and watch the sunrise or sunset. You know, that's what we fucking do. Okay? Like, if you want an actual fucking dinner date, you gotta fucking prove some loyalty first. Show how much you really like me. That's when you get the dinner dates. Because I'm not against taking women on dinner dates, but I'm all for the idea that you reward the women that treat you the best and give you the best feminine energy, and you take those women on dinner dates, okay? That's the thing, is like, if you're talking to girls and, you pick, like, and you're like, fuck, like, I'm a dude, like, obviously I don't want to go on a first date at a nice restaurant, but I'm a dude, I still want to go on nice dates with hot girls, okay? I'm just going to pick the one that's been treating me the best. I'm going to take her on a date and reward her for being really nice and, feminine to me. That's how I think of it. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm crazy, but that's, bro, no way. Did you study women's psychology, or you know this information? Your future girlfriend must be so lucky, bro. I did study this shit a little bit. Not as much as food and health, though. I know food and health is here for me. Dating's like here, and then everything else is like here. But not. And listen to Casey Xander if you really want to know my sauce, because that motherfucker, a lot of my shit comes from him. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Okay, CACSEYZANDR. That motherfucker has studied women for 10 years. He knows way more than me about this shit. Okay, that motherfucker will fucking break the shit down in fucking ways you'll never have anyone else. Like, in my opinion, when I first started watching him, I was like, he's the best dating coach of all time. He's here. Every other dating coach is here. Like, no one's even close to him. There has never been a guy that good. The second best dating coach is Dan Bilzerian, and Dan Bilzerian is here. Okay? Casey Xander is here. And Dan Bilzerian is great. And he still is not even close to him. Yeah, that's why we should be humble. Exactly. Humbleness. I'm the most humble person I know. No, I'm messing with you. I would never take a girl to a restaurant for a date. Yeah, never, unless you've already, like, unless she's proven that she is obsessed with you, then no, don't. Bro, answer me, beautiful girl, but poor, or billionaire girl, but she is ugly. Who give beautiful girl, but she's poor? I honestly, dude, her having more money only makes it worse. She just has more of a fucking ego. That would fucking suck, dude. I'd almost pick the ugly girl that is poor than the rich girl that's, like, good looking, to be honest. I'd rather them not have any money. I'm attracted to that to a certain extent. Like, I'm attracted to a woman that is a woman, Like, they're not concerned about, making a bunch of money, and they're not in their CEO shark era. Like, when a woman is a business shark, I find that extremely unattractive. When they, like, talk about, like, male, like, strategies for, like, business and how you have to be a killer and how you have to run this, and you gotta really take what you want in this world, in this corporate world. I find that extremely unattractive from a woman. I think that's disgusting, okay? I think you're a woman, you're supposed to be gardening and taking care of our family and reading books and, growing fruit and, making meals for us and being feminine and being awesome and nice and happy and peace. You're not supposed to be, like, in the war, in the corporate, trying to get your ego up and trying to fight like men. Like, fuck that shit. Just fuck off. Like, go over there. That's what we're supposed to be doing, because that's what you're supposed to be attracted to, but you're not. So, yeah, no, definitely gross for me. And I definitely prefer a girl that's just more like, no, I'm just a nice girl that, gardens, reads books, and is just feminine and happy to, and really likes you. That's what I like. I like that. Okay, I don't want a girl that's like, yeah, I make a bunch of money, and I'm this, and fuck that. Fuck you. I don't even want to fucking talk to you. First dates, walk around the park or neighborhood. Exactly. Or if you're in college, like, a just simple, like, just walk around campus. Like, it's chill shit. No fucking... The second you start to make things a big deal, that's when the fuck up comes. Even shit like fun shit, like going bowling or mini golfing for a first date, even that could show too much fucking interest, bro. Like, it's a little bit better because it's chill, and if you can show that you just do this shit on the regular, it could still work. But still, man, what if a girl really ugly, what she can do to get an attractive guy? I think it's way more brutal for women, because at least guys have other major areas to improve. I agree. So here's what I think an ugly girl can do to get an attractive guy. I think, first off, any human being can make themselves better looking. So I think they should focus on making themselves better looking. I think that should be their number one priority. And any woman could do that. Any woman that says they can't, they're lying to themselves. If you have arms and legs, you can make yourself better looking. So I would say they should focus on that as their number one priority, is making themselves look physically better. And then I would focus on, and I'm not great at tips for women at all in dating. I'm only good at giving men tips for dating and how to get women obsessed with you and get women to like you and create good experiences for women in dating. But I'm not good at teaching women how to date. or create experiences for men, I guess. I don't know. But I will tell you what men are obsessed with. Men are obsessed with a woman that will be extremely uh obsessed with them, like super admiring, super like, always boosting their ego, all of that, and then you don't do it for any other man. That is the best way to get a man obsessed with you. That's the number one way. If you can show to him, hey, I think you're so awesome. I think you're so great. I think you're so this, that, and basically just fucking boosting the living fuck out of his ego. Like, literally, just admiring him, admiring his existence, okay? Talking about how awesome he is, how great he is. Always admiring him, always giving him feminine energy, always saying, just being there, being the soft, feminine woman that they like, and just clearly admiring, letting them, like, always taking their lead, being like, I want you to lead me, and then never giving that to any other man. Any time any other man talks to you, you're always like very corporate, very cordial, nice, but not like it's a completely different, it's a vibe switch. Like when she's looking at you, it's admiration and almost out of control, like in obsession. And with other men, it's I don't want to fucking talk to you. You guys are all fucking gross to me, and fuck off. I only want this guy, and I'm only obsessed with this guy because he's so awesome and I admire him so much. That if you can show that guy that is the best way to make a man obsessed with you. And I know most women are gonna be like, well, fuck that. I don't want to fucking do that, and that's why you'll never get a man obsessed with you. There you go. Because a lot of, sometimes I wish some of the fucking people that, I was dealing with were watching this, or they really don't, but if they fucking knew that, they'd have a lot of secret sauce. But I'll never tell someone that if they're attracted to me, because the reality is they need to figure that shit out on themselves. I'm not gonna, because if they do it, but they're only doing it because I said it, that's not genuine. You know what I mean? Like, if I tell them I like that, and then they go, and then they start doing it, it's like, okay, but you only did that because I said it. You don't actually feel that way. I need you to do that because you feel that way, and I know you can. I know you can, too. That's the thing. That's the thing, is, like, women act like they don't fucking, like, know how to treat men sometimes. It's like, no, they'll be fucking loyal to you, they'll respect you, and they'll show you their loyalty when they fucking really like you. Like, dudes feel like they need to ask questions, like, oh, like, how many other people have you been with before? Like, do you understand? If a girl likes you, she will fucking tell you. She will fucking tell you, and she will lie to you and tell you it's lower to make you like her more. That's what's going to happen. You don't need to fucking worry about asking her. If you're asking her, you're already fucked up, okay? Because it shows that you care when she doesn't, okay? You need to show that you don't care and she does. That's the reality. He should be a baddie, but any cool guy, but he should be kind of me. Proud of you. Exactly. If you have luck, you don't have to work harder. Hi. I think depression is not real. It's just something you created. I think it's a mind game, don't you think? I think I like that take, but a lot of people get in trouble for saying shit like that. But kudos to you, brother. If you have kids and a wife, would you still stream? Yeah, I would still stream. Hell yeah. Disagree, bro. Depression is real. If you are diagnosed with it, it's okay to seek help. No shame in that, but it's not like it's all in your mind and ignorance. Well, I definitely think it's important to seek help, but seeking help, what does that mean? Does that mean talking to someone, or does that mean going to the gym or going to nature? Like, seeking help can mean a lot of different things, okay? Seeking help doesn't always mean you need to talk to someone. I notice that some people are like, he needs to talk to someone. Like, he needs to talk to someone. He needs to talk to a therapist. Like, that's the first thing that they go to is, he needs to talk to a therapist. That's like the savior. Why? How the fuck is that going to work for a dude? He needs to fucking do push-ups, but now I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy for saying that he needs to do push-ups, but they're not the bad guy for saying he needs to talk to a therapist. But I'm the bad guy for saying he needs to stop eating shitty food and stop playing video games. But they're not the bad guy for saying that. Fuck that. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Casey Zander, I watch all of his videos all the time, and Andrew Tate. Oh, well, there you go, bro. You are going to have a very successful life if you can take the right information from those two motherfuckers. 1,000%, bro. 1,000%. Got a haircut today. But seriously, you have to actually take it and use the information. You can't just listen to them and be like, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, and then, like, not use... Like, you actually have to use their information when they call you out on shit. But why, LOL? Jake, want to play with no? So you prefer traditional women? Hell yeah, bro. You hear about the dude that got plastic surgery and he can't get back with his ex? What the fuck? You know, it's hard to find nowadays, of course, but that's not out there. But that's also why I'm not Mr. Oh my gosh, I need to find my wife. I'm gonna fucking live my life, do what I need to do, and whoever happens, and whoever comes in it, comes in it. However, let things flow. Everything comes at the right time, you don't stop trying to talking to someone you like. Yep. Bro, give me some tips so I get girls. The tips to get girls is to fucking focus on your goals. Focus on getting as strong as possible, as jacked as possible, making as much money as possible, okay? Networking and then talking to girls, okay? And getting better at talking to girls, okay? That's as simple as that. It's not rocket science, okay? You put in more work into the situation until you get the result you want. What would you do if your girlfriend or wife disrespected you? Well, it completely depends on the situation, but my approach is I would be dating and talking to them way before we would ever get in a committed relationship, and I would constantly be analyzing if they ever disrespected me. And the only time I would actually commit to them is if they would never disrespect me, right? So it's like my approach is that would probably never happen because the person that I would finally commit to, I've already analyzed them not disrespecting me for so long, right? But even if let's go with the hypothetical that still happens, I would be very, very non-emotionally reactive, almost like non-reactive at all, to be honest. And then just wait. I wouldn't say words. If she like said something like maybe like try to like dig into like a deep-rooted insecurity or some shit, I wouldn't say words. I would just look at them and stare. And that's what a lot of dudes need to realize is that if a girl is yelling at you about some shit, you don't need to reply back. Seriously. If they're screaming at your face about some shit and then you scream back, you fucked up. You fucked up bad. You don't do that shit. They're screaming at your face, oh, you're talking to all these girls, oh, you never give me enough attention, all that shit. Don't give a fuck. They hate that shit, but they love it. They stick with it because they respect it. That's the issue. So the second you fuck up is when you go, no, I'm not talking to any other girls. Why do you keep on thinking I'm talking to other girls? Fuck, you fucked up. Now you've shown that she can get you emotionally reactive. You fucked up. What you need to do instead is show that she cannot get you emotionally reactive, which means that she can scream in your face and you do not say a fucking word. But you need to stand there stoic, okay? You can't stand there all scared like, oh, they're not saying a word like a fucking idiot. You gotta stand there all confident. Even a little smirk is fine. And just, that's it. And you're chilling. And they respect that. Do you think depression can be cured? I'm really curious about this one. Of course, brother. But I think also it's a never-ending battle. Like, you're constantly battling every single day. But I think the cure is understanding that if you're battling every single day, then you can win the war. It's like a war every single day. But that's like life, because life's always going to have problems. So I think the cure is to realize life's always going to have problems. You work through them and you get tougher, and that's how you win. So that's the cure. So yes, I do think it'd be cured. But not necessarily the idea of, like, not having sad thoughts. I don't think sad thoughts are ever just going to be cured. I think sad thoughts are always going to come in, and the idea is that you learn how to fight them. You know what I mean? I would rather give her another chance, but if she does it again, she's gone. Once you show girls that you care, if you lose them, you start taking advantage of that. Exactly. Well, girls will always take advantage of anything they can take advantage of. No, but depression can be improved a lot, not 100% cured. Bro, bye, I have to go. 60% talking to girls, 30% talking about cereal, 10% talking about sports. Yeah, this stream's definitely been kind of whack in the conversations. Not whack, just not talking about personal training shit. But that's the conversation we got on Naughty Please. Have a good day. You look like Sloth from Ice Age, bruh. My sister's friend got stabbed by my dad's friend's son got shot. Example, you have a girlfriend and she just joked and said she had another boyfriend. What would you do? See, that shit. That's funny. Well, see, if it's a joke, you have no emotional reactivity to it. That's the thing. It's like no matter what, you have no emotional reactivity to it. So they want to get you, right? So they want you to be like, what? You know, like what? Like reactive or jealous. That's what they want. They want to see if you're jealous. So if you're non-reactive, then they'll be like, okay, well, clearly that doesn't get to them. So then they're not going to do it again. But you still have it in the back of your head. You're like, all right, what the fuck is that all about? You know. But again, my situation would never be like that because I would constantly be analyzing those jokes in the beginning before we were even in a committed relationship. We need to do a lot more dating before we're in a committed relationship. Some dudes fucking ask a girl to be their girlfriend like 2 weeks into fucking knowing them. You're a fucking psychopath, dude. You're a fucking psychopath. You're a fucking psychopath. You know that, right? Like, you know that, right? I don't care how well things went. You're a fucking psychopath. Even if things go well and you guys live happily ever after, you're still a psychopath that took a massive risk and things could have went fucking wrong 1000%. Like, you have to understand, some of these happily ever after were just people that got fucking really lucky. And for the most part, they didn't make any calculated decisions. Most people act like toxic. It could be because they cheat on their relationships and they don't want their partner to do the same thing. What are your opinions on the political and socioeconomic state of the world? I have no opinions on it. What would you tell them not to do that again, though? No. I would never tell a girl to do anything ever. This is the thing. Yeah, the second you try to control what they do, you fucked up. Because now you show that you care. You care about what they're doing. And you care, and you're like, and you show, okay, like, I'm afraid that you might go talk to another guy, and I don't like that, so because of that, I'm telling you that I want you to not do that. And they, unfortunately, no matter how right you are, only are going to see that as insecurity. You might be right. You probably are right. But they see that as insecurity. They see that as, okay, this guy clearly isn't secure himself enough to know that I wouldn't stay with him. So that's why he's worried that I'm gonna like do specific stuff that's bad. You know what I mean? So I always say the best thing is to not give a fuck about anything ever. That is the number one dating strategy as a man. Never give a fuck about anything ever. Okay? That doesn't mean that you fucking become a lazy piece of shit and you fucking do drugs all day and play video games. That means that when they start to bring into you their stupid world that doesn't make any sense, you cannot give a fuck. That's the point. Their arguments, their drama, their gossip, their bullshit, all of it. Their games, their tests, you can't fall into it. You're non-reactive to it. You're quiet about it. I swear to God, some dudes don't realize the best fucking response to a woman is not a fucking word. You're allowed to do that. They're allowed to say shit to you, and you're allowed to look at them and smile and not say a fucking word back. Okay? You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna be like, "What? Did I say something wrong?" And they're gonna like you more because now they're in the idea of trying to like make a conversation with you. You have to understand, girls are human too. So when you make them feel awkward, I love doing this shit. You make them feel awkward in silence, and they're like, "Oh, I feel like I have to say something. I feel like I have to talk to them." Like dudes fuck up because they feel like they're being awkward in silence, so they feel like they have to continue the conversation. No. You be so comfortable with the silence, make her feel like, oh my gosh, like I have to continue the conversation with this guy. All of a sudden, she's pursuing you. All of a sudden, she wants you. She's asking you questions. She wants you. All of a sudden, the dynamic is switched just because you're so confident in that silence. All right. Example. Most people are, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I started dating a girl after a week of knowing her a couple years ago. Yep, and you saw how that turned out. So there you go. Why you didn't even care what I said? Because when I was dating this girl, she said she had another boyfriend, so just didn't give her attention for a couple days. But I'm still sad. That my relatives died to sickhead drug addicts. Damn, I'm sorry about that. Nice, but you can't be nonchalant forever. If you didn't show her emotions at all, you will lose her. Well, you know, that's the thing is that with my approach, I have the option to show my emotions when I really choose that it's the best time to. So, say it's 6 months in and I actually do like the girl, right? And she's like, um, like, what are we? Like, we've been talking for 6 months, and like, what are we official? What are we doing? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like that, like that's what they mostly say. They're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just talking to you, and we're just like, I don't know. That's when I'm like, well, like if I actually really like them, this is secret sauce. Fucking don't fucking tell anyone this. But if I actually like them and I would want them to stay, then I'd be like, we're meant to be together though, low key. And that one statement, after 6 months of no emotion, just that one statement could get them to fucking stick with you for so much longer. Just that one statement of, yeah, but we're meant to be together forever. Oh, like you're talking to other girls, or like, you know what I mean? Like why were you with this other girl? Why did I see you with this other girl? It's like, I'm doing that, but like, we're meant to be together forever. That shit can fucking one statement and then hold it back for another 6 months. That one statement can make them fucking stay for so long. That's where it gets tough. All right. Okay, it's been 2 hours, so I'm probably done. I guess there are a lot of things you can do by yourself, so you can take yourself out of the press, like do something else. But thanks for the advice, bro. I love you. Wow, that was SC voice when you were thinking. Wow, so you would not give a girl attention at one point? I would. What do you mean I would? That's for the most part, I'm not giving them attention. That's the whole thing. Your one power is attention, bro. The second you give a girl attention, you're fucked. I'm giving them zero attention unless they're giving me great obsession. That's the reality of the situation. That's how I approach it. Because if you're not giving me the obsession I want, then you're not going to get the attention from me. Because I know that's what you want. So I'll hold that shit back from you like a fucking dangling carrot. You like Britain? I feel like if your girl cursed you out, you would be crashed out. Nah, I wouldn't. This is funny, guys. You have to understand. Like, I have crash outs on streams because I'm battling my own brain, like my own brain arguments. But I battle myself because myself actually fucking gets into a shit ton of arguments with myself. When I'm talking with a girl, bro, her arguments are very, like, low level shit to the shit that's going on in my brain. So the reality is I'm crashing out in my own room, like with my own fucking thoughts. That happens all the fucking time. Don't fucking get that wrong. That happens all the time. But the reality is, if a girl's cursing me out, I don't give a fuck, bro, because if I know that she's obsessed with me, I don't care. I know me being emotionally reactive is not gonna help. And the argument that she's probably talking about is such low level shit compared to the shit I have to fucking deal with on a constant basis, running my fucking business, all the problems that I got going on, that her low level arguments are not really much to me, man. Like, I'm not gonna argue about it. I'm not gonna crash out. Like, my crash outs mostly are involved with my own inadequacies. They're mostly involved with myself. That's the reality of the situation. That's just who I am. Doesn't mean I don't like myself. I'm just constantly demand more from myself every day. And when I don't do that, I get mad at myself. Hey, Jake, what up? Did you end the stream or am I lagging? I didn't end the stream yet, my bad. I have to eat them. I'm going to work out. Is that a good idea? Hell yeah, bro. Go work out. Love that. Jake, did I make the right move when she said she had another boyfriend? Of course, bro. The fuck are you talking about? Like, you made the wrong move being with the person that fucking was with a boyfriend in the first place, but we're past that. Now the right move is finding single women that like you. How about that? How about we start there? You know what I mean? Me and you, friend, what would you still be? Would you still be with your girlfriend if she disrespected you? Like I said, no. But again, it completely depends on what the fuck disrespect means. But like, my approach is so much different. It's very hard to, like this question, like, oh, what would you do if your girl cheated on you? Like, what would you do if your girlfriend cheated on you? Like, that question almost doesn't make sense to me because the idea of me being in a labeled relationship with someone that didn't have like full obsession with me, didn't already literally want to marry me, and like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not like one of those dudes that's like, oh, I could never get cheated on. I'm not saying that. Every dude could get cheated on. Every single man out there can get cheated on. I can get cheated on if I was a fucking idiot. But that's the thing is, you're not getting cheated on because you're a fucking low-value man. It could be, but it could also mean because you're a fucking dumbass. You don't fucking read signs the right way. Say she calls you the B word. I don't give a fuck. Dude, I don't care. Like, that's the thing is, like, you guys, it's funny. I almost wish I could like record like a video of like me talking or interacting with a girl so you could see how they actually go. Because I feel like you guys would be a little like, you'd probably be like, why are you not saying anything? That's what you'd probably think. You'd be like, why are you not responding to her? You know what I mean? Like, why are you just sitting there, not saying a word? But the reality is because you can't be emotionally reactive to anything they say. That's the strat, man. That's the fucking strategy. Non-emotionally reactivity. So, what do you know? To be a man that's attractive is to be non-emotionally reactive. Holy fuck, that rhymes. Jesus Christ. Maybe we should end it off that. Alright. Peace out. Don't quit. Try to become the best version of yourself. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially. It's been 2 hours stream, and we did it. So, hell yeah. Alright. Peace. I would break up with a girl, but I wouldn't be pissed. You got game, Jake. Hell yeah. I'm working out right now, Jake. I'm listening to your live. Hell yeah. Good stuff. Well, I'm out. Peace. Have a great rest of your day.